When your marketing and advertising campaigns totally tank, do you have any idea what to do next? No? Not so much? No idea, huh? Well, guess what? I have made you the most valuable document that you are ever going to get in your business. I'm going to give it to you for free. I'm going to walk you through it. And what it does is it shows you exactly what to do if the marketing in your own business or one of your clients is not working. If sales are not happening, this document fixes it. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Okay, if you're new to the channel, please smash the like button on this video so that more people can see it, and subscribe. I would love to have you as part of this community. I respond personally to as many comments as I possibly can. So, you run an e-commerce business, or you're a marketer that has a lot of e-commerce clients. So, what exactly do you do when it hits the fan? Any idea? You probably are kind of flailing like a fish out of water. I know that I used to be like that. And that's why we in the agency at Guide Social developed this flowchart that basically tells you exactly what to do when things are going awry. And what you can do is you can follow along through it where you're having successes and where things are not quite hitting the KPIs, the benchmarks that you want them to hit, and then you'll know exactly what to do based on those things, right? Makes sense. So we put together this chart, which can look complicated at first, but you'll see it's kind of like filling out a crossword or doing a puzzle or a Mad Lib, or it's kind of like doing a maze. So you basically look at each piece of this, see if you're hitting the green KPI. If not, you go down into the troubleshooting section and you figure out where you can improve. And that's really all there is to it. So let's go over my shoulder. I'm going to show you exactly how this sucker works. I could have easily charged $500 for this. Like, this will make you so much money, this document, and save you so much money. But I just want to give it to you for free. It's super valuable. I'm going to put a link in the description down here so that you can download this for free for yourself. But I'm also going to take you through it right here. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so let's dig into this. I love this chart. I love it. So I created this again so that you always know where to go in your e-commerce business. So let's talk about the building blocks here. The major building blocks here are traffic conversion rate, lifetime value, leading to exponential growth. And let me just take you through here. The way that it works is you want to sort of measure your benchmarks against each of these. And if you're hitting sort of the green stamp that I put here, then you're good to move on to the next step, right? So it sort of helps you identify where your problem spots might be. So for example, this first one, traffic, right? You need traffic to be able to grow on your site. Makes sense, right? So if you have a 1.5% plus CTR and you have CPMs under $15, you're probably in pretty decent shape there. So, and that's just from Facebook ads, right? And Google ads, YouTube ads. I mean, for Google ads, they should be higher. I'm not going to claim to be a Google ads expert, but certainly for YouTube ads, you're looking at a 1% benchmark. For Facebook ads, we look at like 1.5% to really get it up there, especially with good creative. So if you're there and you have consistent traffic coming to your store, you're good to move on to the next step. If you don't, maybe you have no traffic. So if you have no traffic, and some clients have come to us before and they have no traffic, you want to look at pay-per-click ads. So then you go to pay-per-click ads here, Facebook first, maybe look at SEO. If that's not working to get you the traffic you want, like your CTR is under 1% or your CPM is over 20, you're going to want to look at getting new creative. You see how great this is? It'll sort of allows you to follow the path so that you can troubleshoot. So you have new creative, and then if new creative still isn't working to get you there, to get you to the green here, you might want to start diversifying your traffic sources. And if the traffic is still not happening for you, you could have an issue with your offer, right? So it's a lot before we get to the stop here, right? Okay, so once you get this with traffic, then we move on to conversion rate. So this is actually a little bit low. I mean, I'd love to see 4 to 8% conversion rate, but this is sort of like the low of what I'm saying. But greater than or equal to 2.5% to 3.5%. I'd like to see it at least 3, at least. But 4 to 8 is great. That's what we try to optimize for with our clients when we do CRO for them, conversion rate optimization. So if you're not hitting that, roadblocks, low conversion rate, first line of defense is CRO optimization. Like, get a CRO expert in there. We have them in my company, but there are tons of CRO experts. Just get somebody there to figure out how to get your store conversion rate up. If you don't know how to find your store conversion rate, it's probably a bigger problem. Google Analytics has it, and Shopify has it if you have Shopify. It's a little harder to find if you're on WordPress, Magento, like WooCommerce, something like that. But typically, Google Analytics, super easy to find the conversion rate. If CRO optimization is still not really working to get you to your goals, you might need to find better qualified traffic, which could mean better ad creative, could mean more organic, could mean doing more PR, all those things. And if that's not working, your branding may be off point, right? Oh my gosh, I am so autofocus. There we go. Not using my fancy camera for this section. Okay, lifetime value. Okay, again, remember, I'm not talking about AOV, right? LTV. If you are in e-commerce these days, you need to be playing a lifetime value game, which means how much your customers are making, or how much you're making from your customers over time, not just what you're making from them in the first go round. So if you have a lifetime value that isn't at a 4-to-1 ratio, meaning spending $25 to get a client that's worth $100 to you over the lifetime of them as a customer, if your AOV is under $125, so your average order value, your initial average order value is under $125, and your LTV equals your AOV, i.e. you have one product in your store and that's all that people buy, your first line of defense is actually going to be both of these things. You need to be getting into email marketing. Everybody needs to be doing email marketing right now. It should be 30% of your e-commerce revenue. And you need to add SKUs, like add products to your store. You can get partnerships with other companies. You can drop ship stuff, like whatever it takes to add some extra SKUs. They don't even all need to be private label, right? Find other ways to add SKUs, and super bonus points if you can add a consumable to your lineup so that you can start selling subscriptions and more easily cross-sell into other products that people are just going to naturally run out of. And if that's not working to get you to that LTV, it's product quality. I mean, is your product getting the right quality? Do customers love it when they get it? And COGS, which is cost of goods sold. Like, are your margins just not like in a workable place right now to be able to run an advertising funnel, a marketing funnel online? If your AOV is over $125, you can theoretically skip these steps. You shouldn't skip email marketing, but if your AOV is over $125, very often, if you can't get that 4-to-1 ratio right off the bat, sometimes it's initially this issue right here. Sometimes this is also USP, which kind of goes with issue of the offer as well. Now, a couple things that are in here. Obviously, there are different ways that we can get traffic. Email, like when we start working with clients, we launch their email right away. So they're getting traffic from their email right away. But like email doesn't, they don't, one begets another one. Like, you need traffic from somewhere to get them to the site so they can put in their email address. So that's kind of where that is. So there's a couple of little caveats here, but overall, this is a super, super valuable document, super valuable. So click the link in the description to get more on that. And here is another couple of videos, which I know you're going to love, that will give you more context on how to make email work for you and a primer on retargeting in the days of iOS 14. Okay, see you in those.